Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm not calling this VGT anymore. I've decided that using the word therapy is probably not great. But anyway, welcome back. I wanted to talk about playing a new game. So in the past when I've tried this, I get too distracted, but I'm going to really try. Although it's kind of late, so who knows how this is going to go. But this is Sky, by the way. I've made kind of two big changes to how I'm living my life recently, or maybe it's more apt to say like my mentality around two big things, two big facets of life has changed inherently. One of those is I've been listening recently to a lot of different, I guess, in interviews. That's not technically therapy, but Dr. K, if you're watching this, if you're one of the three people, you might have heard of him. He does all these talks with these big YouTubers. He did one with Ludwig. He did one with Pirate Software. And I was watching one with a Twitch streamer, and I guess he's brought this up in a lot of his conversations, and I guess he has a background as a monk. Anyway, he talks about the ayurvedic energy types and body types. So I'm going to come back to this idea, but first of all, I just want to say that I have about 6, maybe 7 hours of listening to these over the last week or so. So like, I am not an expert. I'm not trying to teach these things. I'm just trying to reiterate. And I think the framework, what they are, is a really good framework of how to think about energy and personality. I think it's a lot more helpful to think about these, or at least what I'm hearing about them, than it is to look at Myers-Briggs, INFJ, INFP, whatever. So we found a little running boy over here. Anyway, we're going to come back to that. But pretty much one of the big changes I've made, and if you know anything about me, you know that and I'll use the past tense here, I guess, I was someone who put everything in his calendar. I mean, the day before, I would edit video, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., mobility, 10:30, 11:30. And this has really been falling apart the last few months. I was struggling to keep on it because that was a system that had worked for me for so long. In college, it really helped me stay on top of things. But what I came to realize about 2 weeks ago, well, pointing at me, bro. About 2 weeks ago, I said, I'm going to stop doing this. I'm going to make this huge step for me and just say that if something's on my calendar, it's an external event. It is a meeting. It is an interview. I lost my job 7 weeks ago or so now. Laid off our whole team. And been interviewing. But, those are concrete things on the calendar. Otherwise, stuff does not go on there. And this was big for me, at least. I still use Todoist, just the to-do list of what to do. And I use Trello for projects. So what's my next, I want to do some game design right now. What's my next thing? This is where the Ayurvedic body types come in, because one of them is Vata, which is wind. And you go back and forth between a lot of different things. So I'm gonna come back to this. This is, by the way, if you've never listened, if you've never tuned in, I just talk about some revelation I've had or something I've been thinking about on this show, I'll call it. Oh, is this the Disney intro? I should probably read, but whatever. And so the lack of structure was unsettling. So I didn't, I stopped waking up at 5:30 in the morning. I stopped trying to fit myself into this box that had worked in the past. And in the past, whether, remote work was kind of where it started falling apart, but I didn't quite notice it. School, homework deadlines and exams, those are external deadlines, and I gave grades a lot of meaning. Oh, nice, I got wings. That's why I clicked on this game, man. I want to fly. But it doesn't work when you don't have external deadlines. Especially when you don't have a pressure of a job. But you want to do these things, make a game, read a book, draw more. I just finished a sketchbook the other day. Fantastic. You want to check out my sketchbook tour that should be up soon on my main channel, Mark Bacon. But anyway, I made this huge change, effectively going from type A personality to type B. I made a video doing this, but I don't think that's ever going to see the light of day because it feels really weird to publicly post something like that, to me at least. But it might be good to look back on in theory. Why are there prompts here? But this was, I don't know, big. Because you're going, I don't know. It's kind of like I ripped the carpet out from under me in this short-term scary move. Long-term, this might help me kind of thing. I took the hard path, so to speak. And that, I could go off a tangent about what I've learned about that. That's kind of the second thing. But we're focused on number one here, is this primary change. Where I've attempted to go from type A, everything scheduled, whatever, where my personality really doesn't fit. If you look at the type A definition, things of it just don't fit. I'm not an aggressive person. I like to think I'm very patient, and I think that I am very patient. Takes a lot to... Oh, these are other people. Holy crap. I didn't realize that. That's sick. Oh my God, it's so funny, dude. Whoa. This is another person, I'm pretty sure. I feel like I knew that, but I didn't actually know that. Anyway. So point is, I've gone from this super structured way of living to this super unstructured way of living. And I think maybe that was a little too far in a way, but that's okay. Are you gonna take me into the... Oh, I'm sorry, but this is so sick. I love this idea of a multiplayer game that's just vibes. Anyway, sorry, I get off track a lot. It happens. We're just gonna let this be the screen for a little bit. It's so cute. And so, for example, when I was listening to one of these podcasts, it was Dr. K and Sasha Grey. They were talking about procrastination and doing things. And I have some understanding of these energies, of these different body types and how they correlate with who you are and, personality, whatever. And it's a really fascinating idea, the way Dr. K presents it. I'm not going to try and do it because I'm going to fail. But I thought I was a very grounded person. I'll be honest. I thought I was very earthy, so to speak. I'm sorry. It's been great meeting you. Aishitemasu. But I'm listening to his description about Vata, the wind energy, and I'm hearing this whole, that's me, or that is way more me. I often find on these kinds of personality things, I am in the middle in many ways. But anyway, I'm sorry. I've had so much fun with you, but it's time to say goodbye. All good things must come to an end. So I thought that I was this person who was so good at structure, of relying to the 9 to 5, of, wanting to wake up at 5:30 and effectively grind. Sit down for 6 hours, work, rest. Sit down for 6 hours, work, rest. But all these things that Dr. K was saying was like, you know what? I've kind of discovered this on my own a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And I'm hearing these words that's reinforcing this idea. So I have this tab open here. of the energies. So there's water / earth, which is kappa. I'm sorry, my pronunciation is pretty trash. These people usually constitute well-developed bodies, but also have a tendency to carry excess weight. This is me, but the rest of this is not. Chests are expanded and broad, and their veins and tendons are not visible because of thick layer of skin and good muscle development. They usually have fair complexion. And okay, this part's not me. I'm a big guy. I've lost a lot of weight, but I gain weight very easily, both muscle and fat, which is, fortunate and unfortunate. Very physically active person at this point, but anyway, usually calm, do not get aggravated, and for the most part, that's me. I forget what he said the work style was. There's Pitta dosha, which is fire energy. You know what? I appreciate the offer, but I'm talking. Usually medium height and have a delicate and slender body frame. Definitely not me. Muscle development is moderate, fair reddish complexion, blah, blah, blah. The Pitta body type people have a sharp mind with excellent concentration powers. They tend to quickly comprehend situations and react with agility. They're considered to be good orators and generally possess good management and leadership skills. I would consider myself a good leader. I think I'm a good orator. But it's this concentration thing. I don't think I have excellent concentration powers. Well, I'm definitely pressing space right now. That's unfortunate. Hello? This is awkward. But then if you, this website's not proving my point, but the wind energy, generally physically underdeveloped, which is not me, but their mind characterized by quick mental understanding, grasp things quickly and easily, can understand quickly, but also forget easily. Now, this is not me, but okay, I'm definitely water. Am I looking at the right shit? Anyway, I'm just going to talk from memory. But pretty much when they're talking about procrastination, he kind of goes, he's like, procrastination is not a problem. It is the solution to a different problem. And this is a different way of seeing it that I hadn't really considered. Because I would love to be someone who wakes up at 5:30 and sits down and grinds for 10 hours and then takes a hard break for a couple hours. But I'm not. And me fighting that, something I'm, I guess, experimenting with, is to stop fighting that, pretty much. To stop and say, okay, what happens if I don't schedule something for 9 a.m. and, wake up at 5:30 and blah, blah, blah. And right now, it is 10:15 p.m. I feel pretty good. Mentally, I feel good. Physically, I feel great. And just to outline my day, in the past, it's been 5:30. It's been a fight to stay out of bed. And then I try to get myself to do mobility on time, and then things just start to fall apart and they get pushed back, and it got really bad the last couple weeks. Excuse me. But today, I woke up at 7:45 to my alarm, said meh, ended up getting out of bed at like 8:30, 8:45, I think. Dilly-dallied a little bit. I think I got to my mobility around 9:45. Took an hour, 7 minutes. It took me a while to just be like, dude, do it. But I found myself like, oh, I got to do it as fast as possible. And then I was like, Mark, take a step back for a second. And this is something I would suggest trying if you are someone who constantly put pressure on yourself to do things on time. Why? Why does it need to be done right now? And I'm like, oh, right, it doesn't. I'm unemployed. I don't have anywhere to be. I've, the privilege of being unemployed right now to really just fully experiment like this. But my mobility was nice. It was an hour. I didn't beat myself up for starting late because there was no late. I didn't beat myself up for, trying to keep myself within a certain time. I watched some YouTube while I was doing it. I think I need to make sure I continue to moderate my YouTube consumption. I've been doing Pay Money What sleep aids and Primeagen, Primetime TV, YouTube, pirate software, just stuff I consider valuable, either stories or stuff that inspires me a little bit. Watching these YouTubers kind of makes me want to make videos again. And reconnecting with that creative outlet, if you will. And then I just kind of dilly-dallied. I cleaned my room. It's nice and organized. Feels great. And then did some Japanese at some point. And then I edited a video for about 45 minutes. And this was another thing that Dr. K was talking with Sasha Grey was like, when you're doing something, and I was like, dude, me. It is more important to hold yourself back from continuing when you are motivated. Then, because being motivated is so difficult. For me, I would consider motivation as non-existent. To me, that is my worldview, totally other topic. But when I am doing something and I finish, sorry for my, it's a weird voice stutter that I have. When I am editing a video and I have Muay Thai soon, I gotta leave, it's like, oh, I'll just do this one more thing. I'll just do this one more thing. And I do that thing and I get incentivized to keep going after I do that thing. And on one hand, it's fantastic. Oh, someone else is doing this with me. Sick. But on the other hand, it's like you gotta stop. And I guess there's a theory I remember reading about ages ago or watching a video about. It's like stop when you're most motivated. Because then you'll come back to it being very motivated. And I think there's truth to that. Another thing that I was like, interesting, I should try that, was that Dr. K said, what is it? Strain and stop when motivated. Oh yeah, work fast and often and take short breaks. So in other words, one of the reasons I hate the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes of work, 5 minutes break, is because it forces me to stop. But it should force me to stop. And so I should probably do a legitimate Pomodoros, forcing myself to stop at the 25-minute mark. Is this other people? Oh, no. Become friends with this player? Oh, yes. This is cool. I like this. Wifey. Okay, you drive. You drive. New best VGT game. Holy crap. Yep, you drive. Heck yeah. I love an out of 10 game, bro. And anyway, what was that other thing? Oh yeah, fashion short breaks, and doing. Does my spacebar not work, man? Oh, right, butterflies. Another thing was it's better for you, of someone of Vata energy, to do multiple things and alternate between them. Something that really hit me was that it is better to work 80 hours a week on 4 different things than to work on one thing for 80 hours a week. Because you might get bored or whatever. And this happens to me. I think it happens to a lot of engineers, software engineers at least, where you're coding something and you're like, okay, I did the cool part of solving the problem and now I have to code it up. Blech. But he was like, work and do 3 to 4 different things versus doing one thing, grinding on one thing. And I kind of did that today. 45 minutes of editing a video, And then there's Muay Thai. I'm recording this, and I'm going to do some 2D game development just for shits and giggles after this, because I don't want to work on my project. Oh, this is so cool. I love this game. One downside lately, I guess, is that I'm just on social platforms less. Discord, I considered a really big distractor, and I just have not been checking it often, for example. And people have called me out on this. I'm not going to go deeply into that, but I'm becoming kind of a hermit, but at the same time, it's not, you know, I've been so obsessed with this idea of monk mode and sitting down and just grinding on things, and I would rather grind on 3 to 4 things. And if it just so happens I don't talk to people as often, then I guess so be it. I don't know. It's a weird thing, and I don't know if I'll, you know, swing in the other direction after seeking connection or something, but no, I don't want you. Where's my wifey? Wifey. I don't know why I named the wifey. That's very out of character. You may chat. That's crazy. Yes. Oh, I've been rejected. Rude. And that just kind of was like, oh, okay, so it's okay to do multiple things at once. It is okay to do that. And in my head, that's never been okay. It's always been, you gotta manage them properly and blah, blah, blah. But go as the wind blows. You know, I wonder if I look up Ayurvedic work styles. Anyway, when he said that procrastination is not the problem, it's the solution to a different problem, I just like I've talked about this with my therapist, and that blew my mind. Because it really connected to a lot of what I've been personally talking about. Oh, there's apparently like a drug called Ayurveda. Is not the vibe. Anyway. I could, you know, I have oscillated in the past. I could just be feeling really, you know, a lot better today. Eating less often correlates with a better mood. But I think releasing myself from this self-imposed cage of a calendar of this type A-ness is super helpful. And at the start of this, I mentioned there were 2 things that I've changed, and the second one is kind of trying to be less of a people pleaser in a lot of ways, but I feel like that's a whole other topic. I kind of wanted to talk about both, but we're coming up on 24 minutes here. Oh, hello, Mr. Man, Mr. Old Man, Mr. Rockface Man. Sorry, I don't know. Impulse sound effect. But for some reason, I don't know if it's because I just kind of discovered this on my own by being like, what if I got rid of my entire calendar? Or whatever, but like reading through the INFP stuff, it never seemed to help me. And understanding that the world is built around these different body types and mental types. Is just... Okay, so I guess people are on a spectrum of all of them. Anyway, if you are Pitta dominant, then you may be goal-oriented, competitive, confident, and a natural leader. Physically, you may have a medium-sized muscular build. This is at webmd.com/balance/ayurvedic-treatments. When out of balance, you can be too competitive, cranky, quick to anger, and impulsive. This is not me. I think I am a leader. I'm a good leader. I like to think that, at least. And people would describe me as goal-oriented. But maybe I don't want to be so goal-oriented. I am definitely going to maintain that, I think. But the thing is, it just wasn't working. I was just squishing myself into this box. Yeah, I love games like this because I can just talk and just click and things happen, you know? Cool. Cool. This blessing. Unlock? Heck yeah. Yeah, sure. This stuff pH is hard to pronounce. Thought to control muscle growth, body strength, and stability. If this is your main dosha, you may like routine, stick to expectations, and be accepting, calm, and patient. Physically, you are more likely to have a broad frame and easily gain weight. This is me. When out of balance, you get easily fatigued. Avoid taking on new projects. You can be possessive, stubborn, and depressed. If you're more likely to have asthma and other breathing disorders, sure. Increase the amounts of fruits and veggies in your diet to reduce the kapha energy. Intriguing. I don't know about that. To bring pitta back, you can focus on salads, cucumbers, and yoga. I'm not going to speak on that part. The vata dosha. So anyway, that is me. I would say, again, this is WebMD, literally WebMD, and I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. All right, so do I need to do this? Confusion. What if I don't like routine? This is all it is, right? Expectations and external validation plays a large role for me, but like, I wouldn't call myself a very competitive person. I can be, but I don't think I am. But I'm pretty accepting, calm, and patient. This is a cool thing. I know I'm just talking about myself, but maybe this is helpful to people out there. Because these different work styles, I guess, and just, I don't know, it really brings a whole new light for me of reframe reframe things. Anyway, let's go Vata. Vata dosha is the most powerful of all the three, or those who practice Ayurveda believe this. This is cool little graphics. I like it. You may be, if it is your dominant dosha, you may be smart, creative, vibrant, and your moods change quickly. This is kind of me. Well, that's everyone. I'll be honest. Physically, you may be thin, lose weight easily, and are usually cold. This is not me. When you're out of balance, you can get overstimulated and have anxiety, phobias, and be forgetful. Not me. Do things like meditating, massage, and doing to get more of this. So a lot of it's not me. Really, I guess I am, was this kapha? Right. But it's the routine thing. It's the work style thing that is just not, it's, okay, again, 6 hours, maybe 7 of listening to people talk about this, but if I had to say, I am, this grounded, broader bodied person in all aspects of my life except work style is what it feels like right now. Or perhaps I've, been in that style for so long that I need to balance it out with Vata. We'll put it that way, right? Please, if you're listening and you know more about this, please correct me. Wow, that was the intro to the game. Cool. I'm really talking out of my ass, and I fully understand that. But it's a very helpful framework for me. Spend energy and flap your wings. Ooh, okay. God, particles, baby. Meow. Fly near clouds or creatures. Okay. Anyway, I want to be a more habit-focused person, but I gotta accept that I'm really not. But what I can accept is maybe it's not best for me to wake up every day at 5:30. Again, I still want to do that. I'm gonna be dead ass. But it takes so much work, and it is not a fight that I can fight right now. And so instead of trying to change myself to fit the environment, an environment that I have effectively cultivated for 7 years, 8 years, and change me in the environment. Had I realized this earlier, I'm sure I could have saved a lot of grief, but that's life. I've made mistakes, and the fact that I'm realizing this, people could have told this to my face, and I just would never have understood. And I've had revelations like this before, and I'm already hesitant that maybe I'll regret this in 4 months. But I know that today, waking up more leisurely, I did more mobility. I did a decent amount of checking off of stuff on my to-do list. Got a video edited. My space feels nicer. I inherently felt better today, and that was a win. Granted, having a 6-week break probably also helped. But after day 3, I was like, okay, I'm, ready to get back to doing stuff. And I'm just going to let life bring those breaks to me. So I am going to end right here. Because I can keep talking about this for a long time. Maybe I'll record a second one. No, I need to stop planning. Yeah. So thanks for watching and or listening to this unnamed show. I've been your host, Mark, or mobkinz78, and this has been Sky. If you got something from this, I'd love to hear it. Let me know in the comments below. Felt like a good episode today, so to speak. So, yeah, have a good one. And as always, don't forget to stay awesome. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.